Welcome to SGL Spiritual Guiding Light. I won't be before you for too long. This is going to be a very straight to the point this session. The reason why is because time is of the essence. I will invite you to check out the SGL Tarot Podcast. Um, I did a collective and the individual zodiac sign in one session in regards to bad news and good news. So if you don't resonate with this session here on YouTube, make sure you check out the SGL Tarot podcast session. For those of you who are new to SGL Spiritual Guiding Light, welcome. As you can see, this is still a fairly new channel. So make sure that you subscribe so that you can be a part of the success and growth of the channel. For those of you who are returning and you are subscribers, welcome back. May you find the clarity, confirmation, and understanding that you seek or need. What am I doing? Okay, that's what I'm doing. All right. We're going to start off with the bad news. And we're going to start off in the order of the houses, 12 zodiac houses. And the order we're going to go is Aries. You know what? I didn't even put the timestamps on some reading. I can't remember. Oh, the weekly reading. I will do that. The week's almost over. I'll still put the timestamp for those of you who want to reference and go back to it whenever you need. But what am I doing here? Okay. Just a moment. Let me multitask. All right. Let me see. Let me make sure that. All right. The mic is good. Hopefully, we don't have any interruptions with the Wi-Fi connection. For some reason, my hands feel so dry for no reason. I mean, I enjoy putting my hands in the water so much, but unfortunately, maybe I need to drink some water. I think that's what I need to do. I think I need to drink some water. All right. Okay. So, okay. I'm thinking out loud. Don't mind me. Let me see. All right. Let's get this session started. All right. Collective. Earth, air, fire, and water signs, please do not force any of these channel messages. Um, we're gonna out with the old and with the new, meaning the bad news first, the good news replaces the bad news. Please don't force any channel messages. Some of the messages, when it comes to bad news, it may, you may not want to hear it. So if you are easily triggered, if you have anger issues, I advise that you don't tune in to this session. are the session that is on SGL Tarot Podcast. So again, there is a session available to you that was released today. Bad news and good news. It's on the SGL Tarot Podcast if you do not resonate with this session. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do what I did on the Tarot Podcast. We're going to start off with a collective, and then we will start off with Aries, then Taurus, Gemini, followed by Cancer, then Leo, Virgo, then Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, a Capricorn, and Aquarius and Pisces. That's how we'll do it, okay? Let me make sure all of these cards are upright. All inquiries, email spiritualguidinglight@gmail.com. Again, please do not force any channel messages. If you're not a good camper when it comes to receiving bad news, this is not the session for you. So I'm going to give you the bad news, and then I'm going to give you the good news. All right, so it's a pre-warning. As a matter of fact, while I'm saying it now, let me go ahead and put triggered warning here, because I don't want anyone to say that I am the reason why they're upset or triggered. No, you are advised ahead of time. Trigger warning. Triggered. Yeah. No, what's another way instead of saying triggered? Warning. Warning. Sensitive. Warning. Warning advised. I'll just put that there. That's better. Okay. All right. What is the bad news for the collective, please? The bad news for the collective. Earth, air, fire, and water signs. If you're wanting to know in regards to how people perceive you, people don't believe that you share collective. This is everybody, even me. It's kind of like, yeah. So you have clean up the tribe, round and round, and milk and honey. All right. Cleaning up shop, cleaning up house, cleaning up your life, cleaning up your attitude, cleaning up your connections may be something that you may not want to do at this time. It's not the right time. In regards to if you had the choice to make it your time, it feels like that's bad news. You're not wanting to waste your time to take on any type of responsibilities that are not yours. Now, when it comes to self, here you have an opportunity to practice self-care, but unfortunately the bad news is you're not in that mental capacity to even go there, to even try. All right, either work is overwhelming, or you may feel like, woe is me. There's somebody in the collective where it's just, you, instead of putting in the work, it's a pity party. It's kind of like you want everyone to feel sorry for yourself, and it's not just about you. All right. And it's like what it is you seek from people, you can do yourself. Now, when it comes to, if you are a parent figure, show your child what it is you seek out of them. Don't just say, go over there and wipe the walls down, right? And they go get a towel. As a matter of fact, they don't get a clean towel, they get a dirty towel and start wiping the wall and making the wall even dirtier. Now you're upset at your child because they didn't follow the direction you gave them, which they did. You just didn't tell them how to. So when it comes to children collective, show them how to. Hold your temper. Be patient. Okay. If you don't have patience, then you need to either hire help you need to reposition your authority. Okay. And that's the bad news. Having to give up something that you don't want to take accountability or you don't want to put in the work. That's the whole message here, collective, is this is a time where you can fix whatever it is that you need to fix. But unfortunately, you may not feel like you're ready, or you may feel like you have other priorities, which the priorities is family, taking care of you. You know what I mean? There's provider information here. There's intuitive messages coming in here. But if things are not cleaned up, how are you going to receive the proper messages that you need at this time? Clarify round and round, please. This one. Clarify round and round for the collective. The justice here. Nobody wants to be judged. All right. No one wants to be judged for their situation. So it just feels like if you no longer want to be judged for your situation, then clean it up. If you no longer want to be talked about, well, then change what it is that you are making people aware of that's about you, are visible that's about you. Change it. All right. When it comes to making a decision, do what's right. For the most part, if you choose to do what's wrong, right? Some type of selfish energy, you're not going to be held accountable for it, but you will reap the repercussions. You hear what I said? If you choose not to be fair, you're not going to be held accountable, but it's like another one bites the dust, right? How do I explain this? I don't know how to explain another one bites the dust. It's like, thank you. It's like, it's like someone is telling someone, or someone is convincing themselves that the priorities is combobulated. It's not in order, and it just feels like whatever choice that you make, another one bites the dust. You're not going to be judged for it, but it's just like what comes with that territory. It's like that's what you chose, compared to what's at the bottom of the deck. Collective, co-create. Yep. Collective, please don't be mad at me when it comes to like as a intuitive reader and a reader, right, in progress. Like, I'm still learning tarot, but this is tarot and these are oracle cards. Those are two different things. The oracle cards I got down packed, but when it comes to this justice system, when it comes to tarot, there's certain things that I don't want to touch. Okay, because it's just like I said, another one bites the dust. Let me type this in online and see how it gives. It's kind of like some type of result is not what it is. Another one bites the dust. I don't know. Okay, wait, hold on. Another one bites the dust. And then we'll move on because I have to do Aries, not the song, the meaning. All right. Another one bites the dust, meaning collective. To die or to lose in contest or a game. No, see, it's telling me about a song. What is the meaning behind another one bites the dust? Okay, another one bites the dust signifies defeat, failure, or loss of power, or relevance. See, that's what it means, right? But how I'm seeing it, how I am, when I receive the channel message, collective, I was receiving it like, someone's fairy tale, or someone's like expectation. You fall for the gander, and it's not what it is, right? But you're not held accountable for the choice that you make. It's just now you have to, you know, accept what comes with whatever choice you made. That's the justice. You're not going to be judged, you know. So if you choose, how do I say it? Okay, so you see there's a baby giraffe and then there's a baby elephant, right? Right? And then there's this face here. This parent or sibling, it doesn't necessarily have to be a parent. This could be a sibling. It could be an aunt, an uncle. It doesn't necessarily have to be a parent, right? They're following their intuition. They're being divinely guided. They're stepping up and taking responsibility, right? While this elephant is being taken care of spiritually. Explain this, collective, when it comes to how I'm this download for Another One Bites the Dust, right? It's kind of like you can receive assistance and help so that you can clean up whatever it is that you need to clean up. Something needs to be cleaned up in the air as well. Wrong. There's no wrong. Whatever choice you make, you're not going to be judged. And then you have this co-create on the side. Many are called, but few are chosen. Meaning, yes, many are called to a path or for an assignment, but it does not mean that they're going to, when they say many are called, few are chosen, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, right? You can have gifts, you can have talents, you can have money, all of these things, right? Or one of the other. You're chosen to have it. But there's a difference when you choose yourself, taking the call, the assignment. The Star and the Knight of Pentacles. When it comes down to investing, no one can tell you when you will reap the reward from the investments that you place in or bid in. Give me overall direction for this, because the bad news is, as much as I want to rewind this live, I wish I had the capabilities to do so. The channel messages that I'm receiving are so disordered. It's like they're in and out. Take your time when it comes to self-care. Now, understand self-care and maintenance are two different things. Children also represent new beginnings. I'm trying not to have to go deeper into tarot because it's not necessary if we don't need to. Because people don't realize when people are doing tarot, every time they lay a card down, that is a door being opened. People don't understand how draining it is doing tarot. That's the bad news. So for some of you who already know what you need to do, go on and do it. Now, I'm not telling you not to listen to any tarot readings. I'm telling you not to obsessively be codependent on them. Okay? That's the bad news. The good news is you already know what you need to do. Do it. If you need assistance, ask for help. I have Cancer, Aries, I have two twin flames here. I have Taurus, Libra twice here in Tarot and Oracle, double Gemini. I have double Aries here. I have, who is this? Scorpio and Cancer. I'm also being um um I'm being guided to tell you, if you are living in a hotel or living in some type of housing, and two, you do right by, like, be a good sport about the situation, or do good right by your and not blame your children for the situation, your situation is not going to improve. Don't take it out on your children. Stop taking your situation. Stop. What? Give me another spread, because like this is just in, it's going in and out. But the overall direction message for that is crazy. Why? It just feels like a repeated message. I know another one bites the dust, right? And the bad news is defeat, failure, or loss of power of relevance, right? It describes someone or something that has been eliminated from a competition or has met an unfortunate end. So it literally means to fall face down in the dirt, but figuratively it signifies defeat or loss. So whatever the bad news is, you'll be in the same predicament unless you change the situation. All right. Oh, you have the Queen of Swords here. Yeah. If you want independence, you have to clear your mind. You have to change your perspective. All right. And you are independent because you can make your own choices. And with that justice that was there, you're going to be fine. It says the Queen of Swords is telling you to make judgments without emotion. That's confirmation here about this justice here. And in the headspace too. Take inventory of all the facts before making any decision, because you do not want to experience that another one bites the dust. It says, and come to an intellectual conclusion. You want to be compassionate, but you have to think with your head rather than your heart right now. Be independent. Don't lean too heavily on anyone. So take responsibility. You get good reward out of that, and that's the good news. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and see what's your message. Oh, that was so complicated. When I tell you that was complicated, that was complicated. And I don't understand why it was complicated, but it was. And that was just a lot for me. Aries, what is the bad news for Aries? And again, I don't have the link in the description box, but there are links that will take you to the SGL Tarot Podcast. Bad news and good news. The first session is you can check that out if you don't resonate with this session. Okay. All right. If you don't want to hear me ramble, go on back in tarot land. Goodness gracious, you're not in your energy. I don't know if that's bad news or good news, Aries. But it just feels like you don't. The bad news is mm, mm. the bad news is whatever you did is getting ready. It's either currently happening to you, or it's going to happen anytime soon. Whatever it is that you did with intention, it's coming back around, Aries. Okay, that's the bad news. Okay, the good news is everything happens for a reason, and if you didn't perform this act, the good result doesn't happen. So or doing something out of anger, Aries, but it turned out as a blessing in disguise. That's what I see here, Aries, with this yang in reverse. So it feels like you are in your emotion because this fire energy is masculine energy. So the fact that there's feminine energy that an Aries was operating in, it's just kind of like, it's not a slap in the face. Action didn't happen. It's like a good reward wouldn't take place. So it's kind of like it's like at the end of it all, Aries, don't get comfortable with taking action based off of how you feel. Okay. It calmed down, because this feels like kind of like it was just, luck, right? Or it's just another opportunity to recover in some type of way, right? Using your fire energy for ill intention. Yeah. See? Taking something out on someone, but the situation changes. All right, this too shall pass. The King of Swords here. So it just feels like whatever action this was, the intention was to teach someone's a lesson, but the lesson will come back. The lesson comes back to you, but if whatever action this is that you've taken to teach someone a lesson, right? It just feels like it's a lesson that you've already learned. So it kind of changes your dynamic or situation, Aries. So that's the good news and the bad news. Taurus. What is the bad news for Taurus, please? My earth sign. You know what? I went and got some soda pop, Taurus, and I still have not drank it from my canteen. If you can just give me a moment. I went and got some soda pop to fill my canteen, and I just have not tasted it yet. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Oh, I needed that. All right. I've been having like this sweet tooth for the past 30 days. When I tell you, I don't know how many cinnamon buns, cinnamon roll things I've made in the air fryer, and I've eaten the whole thing. I almost ate a whole box of strawberry shortcake ice creams and within 30 minutes. Listen. This sweet tooth. What is this? What is the message for Taurus, please? All right, Taurus. The bad news, Taurus, is that you don't get to Taurus, it's like Taurus, whatever you set your mind to, say something new comes out, right? You know how to get resources. You know who to go to. If who you know to go to is not available, you know how to create a go-to, and you know how to make things happen. The bad news here, Taurus, is at this time, I don't know how long this is going to be, but unfortunately at this time, Taurus, you do not, you don't get access to making no wishes. You don't get access to taking someone's abundance. You don't get access to taking someone's wealth. You don't get um in the sense of the easy route. You get what I'm saying? You don't get the easy route. It doesn't mean this is for the rest of the year. Just okay, and it just feels like a bribe. Okay, and normally you're the briber, and it just feels like you can't be bribed. That's what I see here. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you, Taurus, because this message has been coming out for quite some time, and I'm familiar with this energy of Taurus. Be mindful of the choices that you make when it comes to competition or being competitive, or like using someone as a, I don't want to say a pawn because this is here, but trying to convince someone to, since you have to kind of tone it down, try to train someone else to fill your shoes. You want to be mindful of that. Okay, it's the bad news is, if you try to train someone to fill your shoes, they're going to portray you. That's the bad news. And if you've been training someone up all this time, Taurus, you're going to realize that this person was your enemy the whole time. Also, what I see here, Taurus, is the moment that you feel like all hope is lost is the moment that hope presents itself with options. All right, let's clarify. There was a lot of messages. There's a lot of messages there, Taurus, for you. I feel like it was more bad news than good news, though. I will say that. It feels like, Taurus, if you stop doing the old way of going about things, or the old way of doing things, and you're sincere about it, there's options that are available to you. You have the King of Cups, and you have the Nine of Cups in reverse coming in. So false fulfillment is declined, right? There's no need for it. And then you have this King of Cups. You are not only in control, but you are also in control of the operations of people. Okay, you know how they say if you can manipulate someone, you can control them. So explain it. Hold on, Taurus. Now we can explain it. The Eight of Pentacles is coming out here. Whatever you've mastered, you're being asked to stop. Open and sincere, and try another route, because you will be held accountable, or it will no longer be fulfillment, or it's going to, however you operate to make things happen or to get your way, or in some type of way of some type of fulfillment, it's going to be cut off, like I said in the beginning. Now, this King of Cups here, this is my, acting as if everything is okay in the midst of troubled waters, but this doesn't feel like this is you. This feels like you have this power of manipulation, and you can manipulate people to get what you want at this time. But you don't have to. You have the Eight of Pentacles. It says the Eight of Pentacles may be telling you to chase after education, go back to school, taking on a new skill or something in that vein. Whatever is you're doing, you're working hard to master it. Know that the dedication you have will pay off in the long run. So basically what this is saying is, instead of taking the shortcuts, okay, let's just keep it very blunt and direct. Instead of taking the shortcuts, doing it the right way, it can't be taken from you. You get to enjoy it. You don't have to worry, when you're going to pay Piper. Doing it the right way is the best way at this time, Taurus. Moving forward. All right. I think I have 2 more zodiac signs that I can do. I'm going to put part... you know what? I feel like I've been sounding like the rambling SGL Spiritual Guiding Light lately. And I'm going to do a self-restoration. We're going to make this part 1, and tomorrow we will do part 2. So depending on what zodiac sign I finish this evening, the remaining zodiac signs, we will do part 2. Okay. Who are we on? Gemini. All right. What's the message for Gemini? What is this that was trying to come up? The same message from Taurus. So I'm just going to tell you, Gemini, as a side note, this is no favoritism, zodiac signs. No favoritism for Gemini. All I'm saying is, Gemini, don't take no short routes. There's no need. All right. So that's the bad news. You're probably used to taking the short routes, and you're being asked not to. Trust me, You'll be glad that you didn't. Okay. All right. Gemini, what is the message for Gemini? All right. Whatever you sworn in, Gemini, okay, you're not being held accountable. I'm hearing that it was in your darkest hour when you either participated into something or was recruited into something. You are in the clear. Don't worry about that. Anywho, moving forward. What does that got to do with bad news and good news? Well, I guess that was good news, huh, Gemini? Yeah. So Gemini, and didn't I say enchanting gifts? I just told you, just like I just told you, don't half step, don't do any shortcuts, no, none of that, because these exchange of gifts, all right, is a beautiful thing. So it's kind of like whatever you put your mind to, you can make happen. So it's kind of like, say your gifts is what you identify at this time. So if you say, hey, I want to be a doctor, okay, a gift, you just have to put in the work. You want to be a teacher, okay, you're granted that gift, you just have to put in the work. This gift here, Gemini, is kind of like, and I'm talking to a Gemini where you're not an affectionate person. You're not affectionate. You're just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it because I'm an affectionate person, but I'm talking to a Gemini where you're not an affectionate person. It just feels like if you try to be an affectionate person, and it doesn't mean like physical touch, it just means like showing a little compassion, showing, engaging with compassion. Then it just feels like you will reap the rewards. That's the good news. So if you are a Gemini, you're not affectionate, meaning you don't like to gravitate to people. You're being asked to gravitate to people or be a little more kinder, be a little more nicer. You will receive some rewards. Clarify. So the bad news is, Gemini, you're going to be out of your comfort zone, basically. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. And if you continue to exercise getting out of that comfort zone and practicing compassion and affection, you will receive some gifts or some rewards in exchange. The Page of Swords, you are definitely being watched. Okay, let me just let you know. So if you're wanting to know how people are perceiving you, it's kind of like, is it real, Gemini? Are you really being affectionate? Are you really being compassionate? Or are you doing something because you're required to do it? So that could be the bad news, is being uncomfortable. But keep working at it, right? Putting effort. If you're putting in the effort, that's all that matters at this point. Give me an overall direction message for Gemini. Yeah. You know what? I like the bad news and the good news. You know why? Because it takes me out of my comfort zone, Gemini. It's forcing me to be open to the channel messages. Even the messages that I don't understand. It's challenging me, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. What is the outcome message for Gemini, please? Thank you. I'm happy that I am showing up for my collective, earth, air, fire, and water signs. So you have the Ace of Wands, and it says, stop questioning yourself, Gemini, and jump right into that creative project about. This card is a signal to act now, even if you feel you're not ready. You need action to grow. Opportunities are opening up for you in the near future, so don't let them slip you by. And these opportunities consist of compassion and affection. It doesn't have to be physical touch. It's just, being in that. Oh, goodness gracious. I had to hold my tongue. I'm going to say this. A work in progress, Gemini. Okay, continue working in progress. All right. I think I have time for one more. I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. Well, I want to be able to make my lunch. Cancer. All right. What message do you have for my Cancer, please? Oh, Cancer. Oh, Cancer. Goodness gracious. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay. You have building blocks, no place like home, go to distance, chop shop. For some of you, you are married. Others of you, you're wanting to be married. Some of you act like you're married and you're not. Basically, you're single. I would think you're married, but you're not, basically. You have a chance in the wind and milk and honey. Before I turn this deck over, okay, bad news is it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. It looks like you have it together, but you don't. That's bad news. Okay. You have more than enough. All right. You are in your truth. Okay. And there's many just like you. The bad news is you're cut off from the world. You're rushing something. You have more than enough. That's good news. You have more than enough. If you're married, you're wanting to renew your vows. And your spouse, the bad news is your spouse is trying to teach you a lesson to slow down. They're not telling you no that they don't want to renew the vows. It's just things are not in order. It's something that your spouse is trying to finish. I don't know if this is school, something they're trying to take care of. I don't if you guys have children, the children are good. The children doesn't even know there's discord in the home. Are the children are coming home for the summer? Or there's an argument about um, putting the kids in summer school? The only bad news that I see for those of you who are married is I see renewal of vows, and the other, it's not going to happen right now. Bad news is I don't see you changing anytime soon. There's a third party here. That's why you're not changing. If you are in a relationship, that's what I'll just say. The bad news is you're trying to find your person while you have your person. You have your person while you're trying to find your person. I don't know who you are. So whatever you're seeking, who is this, Cancer? What is at the bottom of the deck? Seeking. You're seeking one night stand. Maybe you need to talk to your person. But it just feels like that's not going to happen. I'll just say this. The bad news is your person is going to let you go. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I see you continuing your one night stands. But the more you continue your one night stands, the more you become distant from the world. What is the advice? And that was Cancer. Hermit. Yep. Go ahead. Hermit. As much as I wanted to take those other 3 cards, nah. Sorry, I can't do that. I can, but I'm giving a lot already because I want to serve you, Cancer. It's just what I'm learning is to stop giving things away for free. Now I have to show up for you because that's my assignment, but that's kind of like me just giving you the answers. I can't do that. Don't ignore your inner voice. To really hear yourself, you may need to unplug and step away from the chaos. Be sure to take time, be alone to do some soul searching and your answers within. So it looks like you, goodness gracious, Cancer, do what you want to do. The reason why I'm saying you're going to do what you want to do, because if you feel like you're forced to change, you're gonna it's kind of, it's like you're gonna be grounded in what it is that you're trying to change, even and anchored in it. This time it's kind of like, you know how, have you ever heard when they go, yo, Cancer, what happened to you? And it's like, man, that old person is gone because of you guys. And it's like, no, don't blame us because you're the way you are. Don't do anything that you don't want to do, because you're going to resent everyone else. We're not responsible for your actions, Gemini. I mean, Cancer. No, we're not. Don't blame us. Mm-mm. I don't even know what this means. What does this mean? I don't know what this means, but let me give everybody an overall direction message for the collective. And I love you. I know that my side is moving slow. I have this message on my screen and I don't know, I've never seen it before. And I don't know what it means. I don't. Just like I have a few of you who want captions, and I love you guys. And I don't have access to turn my captions on. And I hear you and I want your request to be made, but I don't have access. And I don't even know how to put a ticket in. So I'm going to figure it out. So collective, we have justice here. Okay. Out with the old, in with the new, my loves. So we just finished, before I read this justice, we just finished Cancers. So Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. We will do part 2 tomorrow, okay? All right. I love you. Now it says your decisions will have lasting effects, collective. If you're experiencing wrongdoing, this card may mean that relief is coming. However, if you've caused others pain, take this as a sign of a warning. An upright justice may also mean that you need to learn the truth about yourself and others. And perhaps some attention is needed for an important decision. So, collective, the bad news is sometimes the truth may hurt. Okay? But overall, the good news is what? You get the truth. I love you. Don't forget, love is kind. Don't forget, love is gentle. Until we meet again.